You're listening to The Rack Show on VoxVii.com. Join Conrad.
Compared to a lot of other people, I'm very weak, but I'm super plucky, so I try.
And Lucas.
I call upon chaos spirits to grant death.
And Lucas missed.
I did not miss. That bunk bed, dead.
As they take geek culture off the shelf and show it to you.
It still looks goofy from the outside.
But it's so fun that you don't care.
You don't care.
The Rack Show. Geek culture at its best.
Welcome to another edition of The Rack Show, where we take geek culture off the shelf and show it to you. As always, I'm Conrad, next to my buddy, Lucas.
Hi.
Everyone say happy birthday to Lucas.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Lucas's birthday was, earlier in the week, but he's one of those guys that celebrates literally all week. He had a 4th birthday celebration last night. Yeah?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, he lit stuff on fire.
Yes.
Yeah, bonfire, which I couldn't go to. I was busy.
I didn't even go to the bonfire.
You didn't even go to the
I
bonfire?
stayed inside the house the whole time.
Womp womp. I was busy actually at Penguin Con. Very first time going there, and our guest, who I'll let him talk now, even though this is his official introduction, Kroze, the incomparable Kroze, and I were at Penguin Con last night.
Hey guys.
It was a little crazy.
It's Conrad's doppelganger.
It is my spirit animal, not a doppelganger. Spirit animal.
spirit
We're on
animal.
the same
Alternate
page.
universe,
Yeah,
Conrad.
there you go. He's even trying to grow out the beard like
Yeah.
I am too.
I guess
Like
you
he
could
is.
call me the Conway to his Conrad.
Oh my god. That's a joke from his show last night, Name Not Final. I was on it, and they just refused to get my name right. Or the name of this show, which is The Rack Show, which you can check out on therackshow.com, Facebook, YouTube. The website will be up probably, hopefully, in the next little bit. But no, it's actually a lot of fun. It's my very first Penguin Con, never been before. Different than I expected, not gonna lie.
Quite a new experience considering especially the culture there. It was definitely a very hodgepodge experience.
Which isn't necessarily a
No,
bad thing.
it's not a bad
These
thing.
are just observations. We're not criticizing it
No,
at all. It was
no.
great. And we would love to maybe go to Penguin Con as guests sometimes, maybe do our show from there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if you get what I mean.
He wants to go to Penguin Con and be a guest.
Thank you, Luke. Okay. But yeah, also, everybody, if you listen, or if Lucas gets this up on the interwebs in time, May the 4th be with you, as it is May 4th. Also, lightsabers in Disney Infinity, which is kind of cool.
Yep,
Don't know if, did
I'm
you hear about
really
this, Lucas?
excited.
No, what?
Yeah, the Disney Infinity game, you know, the little game where they take the...
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just making sure.
Skylanders,
Figurines.
but not.
Skylanders, but Disney. A also has the Avengers on it now, which is pretty cool. And
any Marvel, not just the Avengers. We're talking about Spider-Man's going to be in it, MODOK's in it. I mean, it's going to be in Disney Infinity 2.0, which comes out, I think, in September. So it's going to have the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, it's going to have Groot. It's going to have Rocket Raccoon, one of my personal favorites.
you could have Drax the Destroyer destroying stuff with lightsabers, because lightsabers are being introduced
It's
as well.
true.
More importantly, you can have Drax the Destroyer with Mickey Mouse and Cinderella.
No, hold on. You could have Rapunzel wielding a lightsaber next to Tony Stark kicking ass as they go through randomly generated dungeons and, you know, gain experience.
Okay, so that poses a question. Who is your choice Avenger team if you can, from the whole Disney lineup?
Wait, from all of Disney's lineup.
Well, you know, because it's Disney Infinity, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So what would you choose?
Are we allowed to use original Avengers as well? Like, can we still
No,
use
it
Marvel
has
characters?
to be
No.
Disney's properties.
Okay.
That are going to be in Infinity.
Infinity. Okay. I'm going to say Dipper from Gravity Falls. I'm going to say...
I don't know that one.
Gravity Falls is a cartoon, and
Great
it's really
show.
cool. It's basically like Twin Peaks, the animated series.
For
It's
kids.
great. It's awesome.
Twin Peaks for kids.
No way.
Dude, you gotta check it out. It's
you
amazing.
really need to
It's
see
really
it.
good.
They finished their first season so good.
And they're in the Infinity?
That's going to be an upcoming playset in Disney Infinity.
So, but
2.0.
you want Dipper? Or is
want
this Team
Dipper.
of 5?
Team of 5.
Team of 5. Okay, just make it easy.
So Dipper, I'm going to have Flynn Rider, part of my team from Tangled. I'm a huge Chuck fan. I love the show Chuck, and I love Zachary Levi, however you say his name. Levy.
There you go.
So Flynn Rider, definitely in there. I'm going to say, this is going to be... I want a changeling. I want someone, you know, who could, you know, shapeshift, you know, who could change to, you know, disguise themselves. So I'm going to go with Hannah Montana.
Oh my God! You just said that.
Is she
For
gonna
real.
be
I have no clue, but I just want to call
accept
Hannah
it.
Montana a
Yeah, we'll accept
shapeshifter.
it.
Disney Infinity Universe. It's infinite. Anyway, so one more, I believe.
Okay, I'll throw in
No, it's two more.
two more. Buzz Lightyear. Who doesn't want the spaceman with lasers
That's
on
good.
the team?
Put him on my team.
That's good.
And here's one more who we always need our kind of sidekick friend, small sidekick friend to go in every kind of, you know, hero team up.
Kroze really relates with the small sidekick friend.
I hate you sometimes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
That's Conrad making the short joke, which
Yes.
he doesn't get to do most of the time.
I am 5'4" for everyone that's listening, unfortunately. So my fifth one would have to be Wally. So you have your all-in-one kind of mechanic. He fixes things. He's the comedic buddy.
It's good. That's
Yes,
good.
I know. Thank you.
Let's see. I'm gonna go. The very first one that came to my mind was Captain Barbosa.
Ooh.
From the Pirates of the Caribbean.
He definitely is one.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. Let's see. I am also going to go with. You need some transportation, so I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with Lightning McQueen.
Ooh.
Lightning McQueen. You got the speed there.
True.
I think it's so easy to go Incredibles, especially since we're talking about a superhero team.
And that's why I avoided it.
So,
I was
I'm
so
gonna
scared.
avoid. I'm gonna avoid it as
go
well.
Incredibles.
I'm gonna avoid it as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Stitch, the indestructible alien.
You took my guy.
Stitch.
That was what I was going to do.
Erhana means family. Let's see. That's 3. Why not put the? You know what? We need a little bit of a conscience. So how about Jiminy Cricket? I'm gonna go ahead and say Jiminy Cricket. Keep everybody in line.
Yeah, and he keeps his journal as seen in Kingdom Hearts games.
And
And
we
stuff.
need
Yeah.
somebody. You know what? No. Oh, dang it. No, I can't have 6. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go ahead and say Darkwing Duck. We're just gonna round
he's
it
about
out.
to get dangerous. up in this
It's getting
joint.
dangerous. DW up in this bitch. That's
Yeah.
happening. All right, Lucas, you have 1 minute to tell us who we got.
I
Go.
would definitely start off with Stitch, because, I mean, you can't kill him.
Yeah, he's
Unless
indestructible.
you drown him.
That's true.
Unless you drown him, you can't kill him.
Which is, and he
Indestructible.
lives in Hawaii, so
I could put him against Iron Man any day.
Oh wow, that's some shots fired right there.
Right there.
some repulsor rays
So,
fired.
Stitch, Buzz Lightyear, definitely.
You're just stealing ours,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
You're-
no,
you're
because
not
I
even
gotta
being
go third.
not even being
so I take
original.
a lot of mine.
Saying whatever.
You could go Bambi. You could go Snow White. Come on,
Yeah, come on,
come
no,
on.
Dude,
not at all.
Flower, you got the stinky.
Exactly,
How
exactly.
about Maleficent?
Malnificent.
Is it Maleficent?
Maleficent.
Maleficent,
There you
because
go.
she's my shapeshifter. She can turn
You
into
just
a
want
dragon.
you just want Angelina Jolie on
Yeah,
your
let's
team.
face it.
I don't want that version. I want the cartoon.
Really? Because she
version.
looks fucking
Yeah,
bad. Oops,
I-
sorry, I said the F word. She looks
Bad.
badass in
Yeah.
that movie that's coming out.
I'm excited for that movie.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Moving on. That's my 3. So
Okay.
I have a dragon. I have an alien.
Well, you're sure
and
dragging
I
this
have
on.
a space guy.
Sorry.
My 4th one would be. Ooh, that's a hard one.
That's what she
Mickey
said.
Mouse.
Mickey.
Really? I mean, granted, he's kind of like the Barbie
been
of the
through-
Disney universe.
he's
He
been
does
through
everything.
He's
Yeah, you're right.
He's unstoppable.
What if you
Which
need the
version
captain of
of
Steamboat?
Mickey? Hold on. Which version of Mickey?
They're all the same Mickey. If you,
I'm going to disagree with that,
no,
sir.
at Disney World, I have to. They're all the same Mickey. That's our answer.
I disagree because on Disney World's float thing that they do on their big parade, there is very clearly a black and white Mickey along with a regular
They're
Mickey.
the same Mickey.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead.
have to be the
Since
same.
you're outvoted.
I work for
you
Disney,
have
that's
to
how we
choose.
had to explain
you have
it.
to
They're the
choose.
same
Yeah,
Mickey.
but we're not children, so you're
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and you're gonna choose a version of Mickey to be on your team, not all of Mickey.
Okay, then this is gonna be really funny. You can't judge me. Remember '90s Mickey? He had that or maybe it was '80s Mickey. He had the shirt and he had the
the
cool
Don
shades.
Johnson.
Oh,
Yeah,
Don
yeah. He
Johnson.
looked like Don
That's
Johnson.
the Mickey I would be.
Really?
You could have gone.
I call him Magnum PI Mickey.
You could have gone for like Wizard's
Hearts.
Apprentice Mickey,
No,
or
you
like
You could have
Kingdom
Kingdom Hearts
Mickey.
with a giant keyblade. Come
no,
on.
I want the Don Johnson Mickey.
Okay,
Okay,
Don
wow.
Johnson Mickey. That's
Okay,
Attack and
sure.
Heat Mickey.
4. That's 4.
Come on, where's your
my
fifth?
my 5th one would be.
And also, I'm going to go ahead and say that we get one honorable mention, starting with Lucas going back towards Kroze,
Okay.
because I just thought of one that I
my-
really want.
the 5th one. I don't think after Mickey, you don't need anybody else. Can all the dwarfs be one?
No.
No.
That would be
Unless
awesome.
we're referring to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. dwarves, which are the little floating units. Yeah. See what I did there?
I have to catch up on that show. I haven't seen it. This
Great
month.
show. But anyway.
Gosh. Oh, I'm sorry, Max.
Oh.
Maximus Goof. He's definitely my favorite character.
Oh,
And my
I love
honorable
Max.
mention would be Tinkerbell.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
ooh,
Tinkerbell's
that's
not a
actually-
bad one. My honorable mention is somebody to bankroll everything, which is Scrooge McDuck.
Oh.
Right?
My honorable mention is because everyone needs the mechanic in their lives and stuff. So I'm going to go with Gadget.
Gadget or Gizmo?
I thought you were gonna go
Gaz-
Gizmo Duck.
No, because Gizmo Duck didn't create his own suit. Keep in mind, that was Gyro Gearloose.
Yes.
So
so
Who was
Gadget's
also
the little
the-
mouse.
Gadget,
yeah.
the little mouse from Rescue Rangers. So we could, even out. So I have 2 girls on the team, and rest guys, get
Oh,
some.
I gotta get Gadget's
I
So
didn't
this
put
way-
any girls on my team.
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
terrible.
man.
I'm the
And you're
worst.
supposed to be the feminist.
I know, it's
Yeah.
the Sausage Fest, my team.
Yeah,
called
way to
me.
go.
Or the Muffler Fest, I guess, since Lightning McQueen's on. Anyway,
So we sort of introduced Kroze.
sort of
Let's
introduced
talk about
Kroze a little
his
bit.
stuff.
Yeah, Kroze, you are a big damn deal, especially in the geek scene, buddy.
I just get around. I'm kind of a whore. I'm known as the whore of the internet. I just jump around from project to project, thing to thing. You've probably seen me at a lot of cons and whatnot. I'm all over on the internet. I've worked with Red vs. Blue for a bit. I've worked with Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. I worked with Team 4-Star. I'm was really big in Machinima, not Machinima the website, which is kind of bullcrap right now, but actual, the art of filmmaking within video games. I won a couple of awards with that. I do a bit of voice acting. I do music with my band, Random Gibberish, which we won the official Lost theme song.
Which was amazing.
Which was amazing, yep. I'm nuts. I'm just Kroze, and I get stuck places.
It's true. Kroze has been stranded in Detroit for about a week because he was originally a guest here at the Midwest Media Expo, which Lucas and I broadcasted live from very briefly before Kroze's show, Name Not Final.
Yep, Name Not Final is the other thing I'm part of. It's a weekly geeky radio show that we do live every week with my friends Bo and Patrick and I, where we discuss, movies, pop culture, tech news, everything. So pretty much we're, like you guys, only, a little bit less organized.
I was waiting for you to be like way better or something, so I could appreciate you actually complimenting us on our show about your show. But I was on
the Rain Core is totally better than.
Yeah. There was a running joke last night at Penguin Con because I may have been into my cups a little bit, and I may
tiny
have been
bit?
Yeah, a tiny bit. I may have been slurring some words, and my name
Tiny
became
bit like a couple shot glasses.
Yeah, gosh, there was a couple. There was a guy walking around with Jello shots.
There was,
and he would ask you if you wanted a Jello shot, and then he would whip out a menu. And you would have to choose what Jello shot you wanted. It was amazing. Again, Penguin Con, props. Friggin' love it. But, so yes, when people like you, they tend to feed you alcohol, and since Kroze wasn't drinking really that much, they decided to make me drink a bunch. So I went on Name Not Final last night and broadcast it live and just made an ass of myself, I think, pretty much. I haven't even listened to it yet. But.
We did our show live on the internet radio station, which broadcasts out of Las Vegas, called 918 The Fan, Everything You Want, Nothing You Don't. And our show is normally live on Saturday nights from 10 p.m. West Coast time to 12 a.m., which for East Coasters, it's,
a little late.
Horrible in the morning, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. But we have a small dedicated fan base that, likes to, hunt me around and steal pieces of my hair and, take pictures of me sleeping. It's kind of creepy, actually, now that I think about it when I stay it out like that.
No, it's not creepy at all, buddy. Why'd you even think that?
Well, I just saw you doing that, a couple times, and, I was just like, okay, loose something. I don't, just back away, just step off. I know I'm your spirit animal, but it's okay.
This is all folks. He has no proof that this actually happened.
It happened.
Just saying.
That's two people. That's all you need.
Yep.
It happened.
But yeah, I do a bunch of stuff. I'm known for knowing pretty much a lot of...
You do. You can name drop a bunch of people.
Oh, yes. I've worked with John St. John, who's the voice of Duke Nukem. I worked with Josh Keaton, who's young Hercules in Disney's Hercules movie. He was a Spectacular Spider-Man. He was, most recently, Hal Jordan in Green Lantern, the animated series.
Which got... Is it canned or no?
Yeah, Green Lantern, the animated series,
womp.
alongside Young Justice.
Which was stupid.
So
Love
good.
Young Justice. Love Young Justice.
Young Justice was so good.
Continue to name drop. Tom Whalen, right?
Tom Whalen, who does Pokemon.
Poke God, basically.
Poke God, yes. I'm working with him on a couple things maybe in the future. We'll see. I work with Michelle Knotts, who's the voice of Jessie on Pokemon.
I met her at UMACon, and I had a crush on her, which Kroze says is very common. But if she's listening, Michelle Knotts, I like you. Like.
She's got a boyfriend now. Sorry, dude.
I respect you as a woman, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
But who knows how that long that will
Yeah,
last,
okay,
so.
good. Just making sure.
yeah, you still, but
But no, you're kind of the guy that everybody knows and everyone loves to work with, and
everyone loves to make fun of.
it's
Yeah,
weird, just
yeah.
weird, out of love.
Out of love.
I don't
And
think
getting stuck places.
and getting stuck places. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, you get stuck places, but it's not like you have a lack of couches to sleep on,
That's
man. Like
true.
everyone loves you.
That's true. I'm saying cowabunga over here as I jump from couch to couch, with my surfing techniques. Picked it up from the Ninja Turtles,
Nice.
back in the day.
Nice.
Excited for the Bay Turtles? Oh God, no.
I am.
Really?
Yeah, I'm excited. Why not?
I'm
excited until proven guilty kind of guy.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and because I'm holding okay, my opinion of the new Turtles movie is the same as my opinion kinda of Ben Affleck as Batman. I will see it. And then I will judge it then. I can speculate all I want to.
Even though Shredder is not Japanese,
even
though
get me started,
there
man.
might be a twist in there.
Even though
I don't think so.
I think
April's
there
father
is.
works with Shredder, and we're hearing that it sounds like April's father is Splinter.
I'm thinking there's a twist. I'm gonna say it right now. I think he's not the Shredder. I think he just made the armor and he tries to be the Shredder. I think
And that the real Shredder is going to come in at the end, just
Right at
like
the end.
just like what they're doing in with the short that comes after Iron Man 3, Hail to the King, where we saw Ben Kingsley's character in jail, where he's talking about being the Mandarin. It turns out the real Mandarin kidnaps him.
Yes.
Yes.
I think
That'd be an interesting way to do it.
I think
yeah.
they're not gonna introduce the real Shredder in till later because it would be really rough to take a second movie and do it with another Shredder, like with the original Shredder and beating him again.
I don't know, man. I
This
want
is Michael
that to
Bay.
be the case, yeah,
This
but
is
it's Michael Bay.
And look what he's done with Transformers so far, man. And I recently got to see both things, both trailers for the new Transformers movie and for the Ninja Turtles movie when I went to see another movie the other night.
Yes, I believe you're going to be talking about the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie, which we're going to segue into in a minute. But
Yes, did you see it?
I did.
Did you guys see it together?
We did not.
No, sorry.
That'd been cute.
We saw it
It would
separately.
have,
It would have been.
I asked him out, and he was like, "Sorry, I'm busy, Kroze. I like you as a friend," and I got really heartbroken over that.
See, I don't see why being friend zone is such a bad thing. I want to keep you in my life, all right? I'm not saying that you need to
so
go
you're not gonna
away.
cut me off. You're not gonna.
No, dude.
Okay,
It's all
okay,
gravy.
thank
It's all
you,
gravy.
bro.
If you're listening and you think they're holding hands, they are right now.
We are, and it's so
They're
wonderful.
absolutely holding
is.
hands.
We see the butterflies and hearts appearing.
Yes, all.
It's like we're two Sims together, and sitting in chairs. Yes, I brought up the Sims.
You did
man.
bring up The Sims. It's great. But yeah, I think we're a smidge. We can jump into this. So we
Let's
have
jump
I think
into
we
it.
have to talk about Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Just came out?
Here, I don't know how it works. You're from Jersey, right?
Yeah, Jersey.
I don't know if it works the same way in Jersey, but at least here now we could see them Thursday nights if we really choose to, like in the evening, like 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
10
they
o'clock,
start
stuff like
doing that a lot
yeah,
more
which is
lately.
kind of cool. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So I went and I tried to see it right away, and I managed to get in about 11 o'clock with a friend of mine, April. By the way, April, if you're listening, thank you very much for coming with me. Appreciate it. And I don't know. We do spoiler free, and we could do spoiler. I know when we were talking about
Is it
Agents of
good?
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Because I haven't seen. I will see it Tuesday.
I
See new
enjoyed
movies
it.
on
I would
Tuesday.
absolutely say go see it.
Yes,
I
it's a
will
definite-
say that it's not the best superhero movie that's out there.
I'll agree with that, but where do you rank it in terms of the Spider-Man movies?
The new ones or the old ones or all of them
All-
together?
all of them
All
together.
of them together, I want to say that this one is maybe the third best.
What's your first and second then?
First, I'm gonna say is the first Amazing Spider-Man. I just thought that it was a great rendition of it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and say the first Spider-Man from the original trilogy, just because that was one of the first times we saw Spider-Man do anything. I thought that was amazing. I really did.
Okay, yeah, I see
Okay,
that.
so that's where I rank it. I don't know what do you
I'm
put it?
going with, here's my ranking order. I'm going to go with the original Spidey 2 as my number one.
Okay.
It's a really good story, despite having Octo. They tried making him a bit, redeemable character, that it was the arms and his own voices in his head, but he's a really good guy. I mean, you can't do Otto Octavius as a good guy unless you're going with the Superior Spider-Man storyline recently in the comics. So, but that is
great storyline, by the way. Check
storyline.
it out if you ever get
Yep.
a chance. Awesome.
So I put that one as 1. 2 would be, I know you're gonna disagree with this, but Amazing 2.
Really?
Amazing 2.
I'm so okay.
And then Spider-Man 1.
Okay.
And then Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, let's not even talk about that.
then nothing, because
Nothing,
there was no
because
other.
there was no
there's
other-
only 4 films
Yeah, there
so far.
wasn't a third Spider trilogy where maybe he walked around with emo hair and
Okay, hold on. I need to defend this for a second here. Sam Raimi has a definite cheese factor in all
Yes,
the stuff he works
absolutely.
on. And
it's part of the reason why we love him.
Yes.
But he also didn't want to do that, I believe.
He did not want to do the Venom storyline. He wanted to really concentrate on... He wanted to bring in the Lizard, and he wanted to bring in Sandman, because Raimi is concentrated on classic characters. If you go back and look at the previous 2 Spider-Man movies that were under Raimi's direction, you could see very classical elements, along with the very slapsticky nature of Raimi's, previous works in it. Mm-hmm. So he didn't want to do Venom at all, but Marvel heads... Avi Arad basically was like, you're doing Venom. We have to do Venom. And he was forced to shoehorn Venom into this movie. I actually know a couple of the storyboard artists on this movie.
Again, because Kroze knows everybody.
I kind of do.
That's what he does.
And apparently they shot enough footage for 3 whole separate movies for Spider-Man 3.
Really?
Yes. So much stuff was cut for Spidey 3 because it was just all over the place. And stuff was so introduced at last second, like the Venom stuff, that no one knew where to take it.
That should have been a whole separate movie.
It really should have.
Absolutely.
It should have been, okay, sure, let's have him get the symbiote suit in the middle of Spider-Man 3, and, have him lose it at the end of Spider-Man 3.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger is the symbiote dripping down onto
Eddie Brock.
And then for the next movie, we have that setup where the last scene of Spidey 3 would be Venom emerging.
I could see the posters.
Exactly.
I could see the promos.
Evil Rises.
It would have made a lot more sense than the way they did it. So yeah,
Evil Rises, Darkness Falls. There's the tagline.
That would have been great. I'm just not I don't know, that third one. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 does. I'm not saying that it's a bad movie. I'm saying that we've been spoiled recently by superhero movies.
Agreed.
So going in with this kind of like really high expectation and then maybe not meeting it, I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't go see it. I'm not trying to say that it's not a great movie because
the dialogue's great between the characters. The acting's great.
The acting's phenomenal. Anything with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone is...
Oh my God.
Their chemistry is just ridiculously good.
And you were bringing up the Sally Field.
I did. There's a beautiful scene between Sally Field and Andrew Garfield where Aunt May is sitting on Peter's bed, and you'll know it when you see it. And it's just beautifully done. The casting is great. I love who they got for basically everybody. Like, I just like the casting. I really did. The acting was great. The action. This is one of the most action-packed.
You want to see this in
really
3D.
great.
You really do.
Really?
Yes. No, it's a beautiful movie.
Without, you definitely want to see this one in 3D.
And I'm not gonna lie, the Electro stuff with Jamie Foxx. When you first get introduced to Jamie Foxx's character, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a little hokey, a little corny, but just in comparison from the beginning of the character to when he actually evolves into Electro and seeing that difference, like Jamie Foxx,
like a comic.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx has, obviously acting chops in the movie. We're not lacking at all.
No,
at all.
They do some really fun stuff with it, along with Tesla coils during one of the fight scenes.
Yep.
And they do this whole musical deal with Electro, and
you might like that, but that goes into one of my complaints about the movie, is that I think that it was a little too not theatrical. I think that some things translate well on paper in the comic, and I think that they just don't translate well on film. It's at least not this film, unless you do it the entire time, and it didn't. It just seemed, some of it was disjointed. At one point, his webbing becomes a hand. If you remember that.
Yeah, that was
which I'm not going to talk about because Lucas hasn't seen it yet, so this is going to be a spoiler-free review. But it's just, it's at one point, Electro starts talking to Spider-Man by using the lights in a skyscraper to basically become his face, and he turns them on and off as he's gesturing or emoting with his face. It's just this stuff that...
I enjoyed that. Personally, I really thought that really conveyed the comic stuff and the whole... The thing that really got me is during one fight scene, we hear Electro's internal thoughts in his mind, and they make up a song in the background that goes along with the actual music playing. And that was a bit weird for me, but then they did this whole fight scene at the end of the movie, which really used sound currents and electromagnetism in a way that I was like, okay, I'm into this.
I just wish if they would have done that, I wish they would have owned it and done it more. Like it wasn't in the movie enough.
Agreed.
You know, like in that sense, it's either do it or don't do it. And I feel like they were just kind of like, we're just the tip, which we always say on this show, just the tip. Another thing is that I think that the writing of it just like when I don't know.
It's
I don't know how to put
disjointed.
it. It's disjointed. It really is. And some people will complain there's too many characters. I don't agree with that at all. People who can't keep up, I think that's your fault.
Yeah, I agree.
It's watch the movie with your brain turned on, and you'll be able to keep up. But also, if you do that, you're gonna see all these kind of little hiccups in the movie, all these little things that like, And
you just noticed one today.
I did actually. I did notice one today,
here.
and that wasn't even part of the storytelling. That was just part of the editing. At one point, a bunch of crap falls
to the ground
around a character in air, and then when the character is caught, there's nothing on the ground around them. And that's just, like I said, you'll notice that if you look for it. And I'm not going to tell you where it happens. Like I said, spoiler free. But one of my things is that the stuff, like very convenient things happen. Somebody drops something and then they discover something because they did that. Somebody breaks something, they discover something because they did that. Lots of very convenient things happen, and I think it's just lazy storytelling.
Keep in mind, this is Orsi and Kurtzman, who previously brought us the Michael Bay Transformer movies. They also brought us Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness, which are also known for their convenient storytelling and stuff. They are kind of, oh, hey, let's do this. Why? Just because. Why does Khan need to go to the Klingon planet of Kronos? Why not? Let's have a Klingon battle. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely an aspect of these writers, and that's why I was scared of going into it. And it definitely keeps showing up in whatever they write. And maybe, hopefully, in the next movie, they will step off as the writers, and we'll get, an actual decent writing team.
Yeah,
But I did like Spidey's quips. Is the way, they did Spider-Man as Spider-Man. How he's constantly talking. He's constantly making conversation with the bad guys.
Andrew Garfield is just an amazing... Well, he's an amazing actor, period. But as Spider-Man, he owns it. Like that...
Agreed.
He's adopted that character. It's just so much better than Tobey Maguire. I personally hated Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I didn't care for his duck face at all. When I heard that Jake Gyllenhaal turned down the part of Spider-Man to do The Day After Tomorrow, it was very, very sad, because I would have loved to have seen a Jake Gyllenhaal Spider-Man.
Really?
I'm sorry, Lucas can't get a word in edgewise because Kroze and I are just doing crap. You actually kind of raised your hand. What's up, bud?
No, it's 4 minutes.
He's actually giving me a time thing.
I don't have anything to say. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm
Well, ask some questions, man. We'll try to answer it for you.
I don't want to ask. I want to find out about it.
He wants to find out on
Don't
his
ask
own.
about the story. Ask about, we won't spoil it for you, but I'm sure you're a filmmaker, man. It is.
I enjoyed it. I think it's people should go see this movie.
I always see movies on Tuesday.
That's his movie day.
But I think we should spoil. You know how all the Marvel movies have after credit sequences, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I think we need to spoil what the after credit sequence is here.
Why?
Because this is a different
thing.
Kind
is that it's a shoehorned in X-Men commercial, basically, is what it is.
It's not even exclusively filmed for this thing. It's all of a sudden we were watching it, and all of a sudden during the credits, the X logo cuts in, the door to Cerebro with the X on it.
Like a hack-in, kind of, is what they made it look like.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it shows a scene from X-Men Days of Futures Past, and you're like, wait a second.
Which was a great scene, don't get me wrong, it was very awesome.
Yeah.
It showed Mystique being a badass.
Yeah,
I'll just say that. And you can watch it for yourself, we won't ruin that for you.
Yeah, and the movie comes out in less than a month anyway, so people are going to see it. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, wait a second. Spider-Man's owned by Sony. X-Men is owned by... Fox.
Yeah, wait a second.
What's going on
See,
here?
so everybody has all these speculations on why this happened. I think my theory was that Sony and Fox were trying to compete with Marvel Studios and maybe trying to find a little bit more of a unified front. So I just spread that rumor.
But I want to see Spider-Man in
Avengers.
Exactly.
Considering they were originally
X-Men.
going to put the Oscorp Tower from Amazing Spider-Man 1 in the New York scene in Avengers, but what happened is Sony got them the model too late, and the model of New York was already done.
So that actually would have happened.
So that
would have been a
so
cool
close,
little nod.
Yeah, and it would have shown that okay, these things are happening in the same universe. So that's why I was personally freaking out when I saw this X-Men clip, and I'm just like, no, this can't happen. No, I do not want to see Fox and Sony team up. But it turns out we recently got into logical explanation for why this happened.
It's not nearly as exciting as everybody's making it out to be.
What is it?
It turns out that the director, Mark Webb, of Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2, was going to be doing a project for Fox coming up. But the problem is Sony wants to fast-track Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Right at the ass end of this one, basically.
Yeah, so eventually they want to go into production really early next year already. And they need to have the scripts done and everything, and Mark Webb needs to, jump on it. He doesn't have time to jump on a Fox movie. The problem is he's already in a contractual obligation with Fox. So in order to break him out of that contract, Fox made a deal with Sony saying, if you show a commercial for our movie during your credit sequence,
We'll let you have Mark Webb.
We'll let you have Mark Webb.
And that's basically all that happened. It was just
It has nothing to do with any continuity. They're not in the same thing. Fox still owns X-Men. Spider-Man is still owned by Sony. There is no crossover whatsoever.
Well, I'm just gonna say Spider-Man needs to be in Avengers.
I agree.
It'd be great.
I fully.
Be awesome.
Not in the next Avengers, but in a future Avengers movie.
I definitely agree.
way down the line if we
I'm
possibly
gonna
could
push that
see
even
it.
farther. He needs to be introduced right before they
Civil
do
War.
Avengers Civil War.
I agree.
Timeline.
And Civil War
And then
would
they
be.
need to kill them all off.
I agree, because that's how you easily write Robert Downey Jr. out. That's how you easily write Chris Evans out.
I agree.
Because,
They're looking for their outs.
and that's true.
So they
and
do 4 or 5 solid movies. They start the Avengers
Yep.
timeline.
And
or
who
the Civil War timeline.
and who
it's done.
is working on the Avengers movies?
Whedon.
Yeah, exactly, Joss Whedon. Who wrote the ending of Civil War?
Is that?
Joss Whedon.
Are you serious?
Yes, I did.
Not know
So
that.
I do think that we are going to see Civil War end up in the movies after Avengers 3.
But if they don't kill off the guys, I'd be disappointed.
I think they have to, because they're already saying that they're going to give Winter Soldier his own movie. They're going to give Bucky his own movie, which I could see him picking up the shield after Cap dies. Spoiler alert for those of you that don't
Yeah, if
read
you haven't
comics.
read that part of the Civil War, or the comic basically right after
Yeah, that'd
Civil
be exciting.
War.
I would be
Yeah,
excited for that.
that and it gives Tony a way to bow out, gracefully.
Tony doesn't want to bow out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see
We're
what
calling
happens.
him Tony.
Yeah, we're talking
doesn't
Robert
want-
Downey
Is there
Jr..
any difference at this point, though, guys?
Pretty much no. He's
He is Robert Downey Jr. man at this point.
I think as far as like actor to character, he in any superhero movie pretty much ever, even better than Hugh Jackman and Wolverine.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, buddy, because did you hear about Hugh Jackman stepping down?
I did.
What's that mean for us, though?
What that means that after the next solo Wolverine movie, Hugh Jackman's gonna hang up his claws. He thinks he's taken the character just as far as it can go, and that means that I don't think we're never not gonna have a Wolverine, but we're not gonna have a
Agreed.
Hugh Jackman Wolverine after this unless something changes.
'Cause keep
he's
in
like
mind,
99.9% sure.
Keep in mind, we're getting X-Men Apocalypse as the next X-Men movie.
Really?
Yes.
The next X-Men movie,
Next-
not
next
the
movie.
Wolverine.
And the next Wolverine movie is going to be after that. So it sounds like he's going to be on board for Apocalypse.
They really need to do another movie about another X-Men character.
Yeah, it's kind of been Wolverine. Oh yes, and here are these other mutants,
Which
aka the
which
X-Men.
is unfortunate because I gotta say, of all the superhero teams out there in the ever, that the X-Men just have had a roster of people that deserve their own movies.
What's the next X-Men movie you want to see? X-Men highlight origin movie or whatever they call it.
I would actually like to see Astonishing X-Men done by Joss Whedon.
No, one guy.
Yeah, that's one guy, but
One guy?
One guy.
We'll see.
Like Wolverine
Astonishing.
the movie or
Astonishing X-Men does actually follow one character, my favorite X-Men character.
And he's gonna disagree because Lucas is that guy. But I know exactly what you're gonna say. You're gonna say Cyclops.
I love Scott Summers. He is a great leader.
See, and
he's
Lucas is
been
groaning
done,
over here.
And he's been done horribly in the comics recently with the A versus X storyline. And it's
What about
literally
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say I want to see a Magneto movie.
okay.
I want
Not bad.
I
I would
want
like
to
to
see
see
maybe
yeah.
maybe after he gets out of I forget the name of the actual concentration camp that he was in. I want to say Auschwitz. I don't know, but I
It
want to
was
see
Auschwitz.
I want to see him out of Auschwitz, maybe newly out of Auschwitz, maybe discovering his powers. He's not the badass Magneto that we know and love.
But didn't X-Men First Class kind of fill
Yeah,
that gap for
sort
you?
of.
I didn't really feel
Sort
I think that there's more there. I think there's enough there for a movie. We could introduce to some other characters from his past. Maybe we see a tiny super speed baby. I don't know.
There's actually one other character, because, Scott Summers, it'd be hard to do a Scott Summers movie without the rest of the X-Men.
Yes.
yeah.
So I'm going to say a movie that you can do by himself. I want to see a Gambit movie.
I'm there for you on that
Oh,
one.
Gambit movie.
The Raging Cajun.
Did you hear
I would
that?
be- I would definitely
That
be down
Channing
for that.
Tatum is in
Yeah.
because that would apparently Channing Tatum is a massive Gambit fan.
Yeah, he
and
is.
he's been working on the accent. He's in talks, I think, for maybe a potential solo Gambit movie.
Actually, we're hearing that Channing Tatum might be in X-Men Apocalypse, because Gambit is one of the horsemen.
Horsemen, yeah.
Yep, for Apocalypse.
Does that mean that we're gonna see Gambit in? No, Gambit hasn't been teased at all for Days of Future Past, has he?
No, Gambit is definitely not
I mean, that'd
in
be
Days of Future Past.
definitely not. We know this for a fact.
That is correct.
No surprises.
No Gambit in Days of Future Past. But we do have Bishop.
Which is great.
I'm a Bishop
very
fan. I
excited
love
for
Bishop.
that.
Bishop.
Bishop's awesome.
So my singular movie, you guys are gonna hate me. I would like to see either one of two: a Jubilee movie. 'Cause I like Jubilee.
You can't see the face that Kroze and I are making right now.
I could see it because Jubilee is honestly one of the most underrated characters.
I agree.
Only because of how the animated series treated her. They treated her completely with disrespect and she just shoots fireworks and stuff. No. Jubilee has the power to literally explode any molecule with another molecule. She is literally a nuclear fission machine. She points at something, click, click.
Said it best.
Yes. And, I mean, she's been done wonderfully in the comics, and she had got the shaft in the original X-Men 90s cartoon series with the music done by Ron Wasserman, who also wrote the theme song and all the songs for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, cool.
Kroze is a massive Power Rangers fan.
I am a massive Power. I'm wearing a Gold Ranger hoodie right now, guys. But no, I like Jubilation Lee, and I do think that a movie around her, and we're not talking about the old 90s Generation X TV movie.
Talk about Jubilee.
Talk about just a Jubilee movie.
Oh, you just mentioned the Generation X TV movie.
I did.
Oh, good for you,
Thank you,
man.
thank you.
I haven't even thought about that.
My second
in a
one
long
would
time.
be I would love to see Rogue. Again, just because I'm a Rogue fan. I would
As
like
long
to
as
see...
we don't deal with Vampire Rogue.
Vampire Rogue.
No,
Yeah, give me
Vampire
Super
Rogue.
Strength Rogue. Give me
Give me-
Flight Rogue. Give me Invulnerability Rogue.
Give me her going after Miss Marvel Rogue, where she drains the powers, and that's how she gains
That's how
her
she
flight
gets them.
powers.
That would be great. I
That's
would love to
right.
see that.
I would like to see that. That'd be
Rogue would be my other one because I like since Conrad's not representing the women on this episode for some reason.
I agree.
He usually does. I will represent the women because
And I shall too.
Conrad is just
He's
had
slacking,
a rough
man.
week. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just not himself.
Listen, I believe that feminism is about choice, and I'm choosing to not talk about them this week just because we're asking questions where women aren't the answer. I'm not going to shoehorn women in just because
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I think he
people are
just said
supposed
women
to
aren't
be
the
there.
answer.
Yeah, he just did say women
Not
aren't
to the
answer.
questions that you're asking.
There's subtext there.
Yes, there is some.
There's no subtext
You want to
there,
talk,
right?
buddy? You want to,
You know what? No, the answer's 42.
Touche.
right.
That is a
That's
very.
what I'll say to that. Also,
Fair enough.
So I'm like, we had a lot of Marvel movies coming up, and it's really, really great. Marvel is doing so well in both, movies and TV shows now that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has finally picked up. So hopefully we have to look forward to a lot more Marvel movies, and hopefully Days of Futures Past of X-Men will be really, really good coming up. Yeah.
Also, a little tidbit, since we got on the topic because Hugh Jackman's quitting, he almost cut off his dick.
What?
Filming the Wolverine, he almost cut off his dick. This is actually a new story
his
released.
claws? 'Cause that'd be hilarious.
No, that's actually absolutely what happened. There's a scene in the Wolverine where Hugh Jackman has a nude fight scene. Ladies, hubba hubba. That's actually what they thought about on set. It was a close set. He asked all the women to kindly leave the set so he can do the scene. And on his way back to his trailer, room, wherever he was going, he was in the buff with the claws, and he went around a corner, and the entire cast and crew of women were there to see and look and be like, hey, I saw Wolverine's dick. And so he went to cover himself up, and I don't know why, but his sharp claws that he had during a nude fight scene nicked his inner thigh, almost castrating him.
Yeah.
Why he had actual sharp claws for a nude fight scene, no idea.
Yeah, they can make those dolls.
In post, you're absolutely correct. Or do it like that. I don't know, but that's the story. He almost
Then
nicked his
if
berries.
that did happen, then the only way he would be able to have a boner is with his bone claws.
No, what? There's a rule on Name Not Final that every time Kroze says a really bad pun, you're supposed to hit him. So, Bo, this is for you.
Ow!
I just hit Kroze for you, buddy.
I'm your
there you
guest.
Go. I know.
So
you're my guest.
Android.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We're getting off topic.
Yeah.
We're actually way over topic. But yeah,
Let's
Android
touch on
Lucas,
this.
talk
You
about
want me
this.
to- So Android, Google's open source Android platform has the distinction of being the most popular mobile operating system in the world.
Yay, I got it.
That's great in terms of dominating the market and reaping the rewards that come with it. But it also, for a very reason that the Android itself, this is all written horribly,
You should have, because you didn't read this beforehand.
the target and essentially it's the target for many mobile viruses out there.
It's because Android is such an open system that it's so easy to code for.
Well, That too, but I mean, the same thing happened with Windows. Windows was the most popular, therefore we target Windows.
But that's not only the case, because look at, the reason why nothing can attack iOS is because what iOS does with its system is it's what's called sandboxing. All of the apps and everything that, uses iOS is all sandboxed within its own individual environments, and those environments never cross over with the actual hard code of the OS, which is where you would see, programs cross over and viruses come in through Android or something. And I mean, it's also the same way how Windows Phone is doing it with Windows Phone 7, Windows Phone 8, that it's all sandboxed. Meanwhile, Android, everything runs together as a complete code base, much like Windows does. So that is the whole reason why we're seeing this. It has nothing to do with popularity. It's mostly because of how easy it is to do. You will not ever see a iOS virus because there is no way to do an iOS virus correctly.
So what was your Android virus that you made?
Huh?
I was just joking.
I definitely gave an Android a virus,
An Android. Oh.
And
He basically gave his phone herpes. It's a whole thing.
Hey,
it's
no,
a
no,
different
no.
story.
No,
We're not going to get into it in this show. But yeah, so yay for me having a super popular, super apparently almost easily buggy phone because people make viruses because they're dicks.
what are you running, Lucas?
Android.
Okay, you both are running Android?
We both have Androids. You have the Windows
I have a Windows phone,
right? Yeah,
and
there
I'm
you go.
running iOS from my iPad. So I guess I'm the one that's, going to be virus-free.
Which is, he's only talking about his devices. He's not talking about himself. So don't misinterpret what he just said, folks. Just saying. Speaking of phones, though, we're going to jump into the gaming aspect of
I love
phones.
games.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about Knights of Pen and Paper +1 edition.
Now, this is not only a mobile game, but you can also play it on Steam.
Correct. It's a PC game. It's now out for all these devices and
Have you
whatnot.
played it on Steam?
I have played it on both. I have it on my iPad and I have it on my Steam.
Are they the same?
Yes, they are the exact same
That's
content.
cool. That's cool.
And the only thing that you can't do is cross-save. You can't do cloud through Steam and bring it onto your iPad, which would be awesome. But I really, really like the whole idea is you're playing a turn-based RPG only with the idea of it's these characters playing a D&D game.
You're basically, you choose the D&D group. You choose who the DM is, and they give you certain bonuses to your characters. You choose your classes, but instead of choosing a race, you choose a player.
Yep.
So you choose, like, Mr. Joe. And Mr. Joe's the paladin of your group. And Mr. Joe, as the quote-unquote
You
race...
classes also.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, you don't choose a race. You
Yeah.
choose a character that plays that
You choose the
character
guy
in
that's
the
always
game. It's very
asking-
meta, you know.
You
And
could-
they get...
Alien, E.T.
E.T., yeah, you get certain bonuses depending on who you choose. Like, there's a character that looks very much like Chewbacca, and they get +1 regeneration. I think his name is Wolverine, actually.
that's
You
kinda
can
funny.
choose, like what Lucas said, E.T. is a character. He looks like a green alien guy, and he gets +1 magic regeneration. Because the game operates in that sense, like you have a health bar and you have a magic bar.
But also, what the game does really awesomely is that you always see your characters sitting around the table with the DM, and you could actually put stuff on the table.
And they give you bonuses.
It gives you bonuses, too. And it's really cool how it really kind of invigorates that whole feel of playing a tabletop game with your friends while still being its own, one-player RPG.
They did that very well. You can also choose the flooring and the room, and the
Which also
decorations
give
in the
different
room.
bonuses.
Yep.
I'm sort of unstoppable in the game. It's the only game that's actually on my mobile phone.
Nice.
I have a crappy mobile phone that I can't install a lot of programs
And
on.
pretty much the +1 edition came out. Like, I started playing it before they added all the
As
content
did we all
in.
did, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when they put out the Steam version, they added all this content on it, and then they updated the phone versions, so it's had the same exact content for free, which was an awesome
Which is really
move.
cool. The game, I think, cost $5
It does.
itself, which is... some people might be like, for a phone game, maybe a little pricey, depending on what you're used to paying for.
disagree.
But some people who are more the casual gamer don't want to spend $5.
They only
I'm
want
just
to
saying,
spend $1.
it is a fun game.
You get what you pay for, people. That's-
Absolutely, it's quality.
Speaking about phone games,
It also looks like 8-bit. animation,
It is.
by the way.
It
Is what
is.
we're
It's
looking
very
at. So the
pixel art,
animation,
yes.
very pixelated. So I mean, pretty. It's decently designed, absolutely. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're not in the game for like amazing graphics. You're in it for gameplay, quirky jokes, by the way, that you're gonna get.
Even the battle system is quite fun, considering you're able to alter how many guys you face, and that also introduces a risk-reward system.
Yes,
in
I like
terms
that.
of yes, me too.
So
like
it's
the-
lots of unlockable content. I think at one point when you're playing the game enough, you'll meet another group of adventurers.
Yes, you
and
do.
that's actually the game developers who made the game, and they become characters that you can actually choose in your tabletop.
But only after you defeat
only after
them.
you defeat them.
Yeah.
and their bonuses are ridiculous.
Oh, it's crazy. I'm glad to see we're starting to see a lot of these mobile games kind of branch out to Steam, considering we're seeing a lot more full releases coming out for these mobile games and whatnot. I think we've gone past the age of mobile gaming, where everyone considered mobile gaming the ghetto of 1 minute. Oh, that's an auto runner where you just hit jump
I don't
over and
think it
over
was the
again.
ghetto as much as it wasn't hardcore gaming yet.
I disagree. There's
No, I
wannabe
I'm not
hardcore
saying that.
gaming.
Yeah, I'm saying that people are like, oh, those are for casual. Those are for the people that play the Facebook games.
But I mean, we also had stuff like Gameloft trying to put out these console-like experiences, but the problem is the virtual sticks were not meant for these sort of touch devices. There's
I'm
no
a
tactile
huge
feed.
mobile gamer. Conrad can.
He's absolutely he
I
has
have
a
a
ton of
controller
mobile
for
games. Yeah.
this.
I like that the controllers are
I
finally
have the
coming
blue,
out
I think
for.
I have the Red Samurai controller from this. From
He's
GameStop.
he's holding up his tablet by
Is
his
that Nexus
7?
Nexus 7.
Good.
This
Generation
is
1.
what he
Okay.
needs.
Yeah, I'm on my Nexus 7 Generation 1. Has a Tegra 3 processor in it, I believe.
Nice,
Right,
yep.
Kroze?
Tegra
and
3.
it plays great games.
It does. Rockstar recently put out the entire original Grand Theft Auto 3 trilogy for mobile devices.
Yes,
So
and I actually have the original Grand Theft Auto. I think I also have Vice City.
yeah, I've been wanting to get San Andreas for my iOS device because it's compatible with the new iOS controllers that are now coming out, and also a game that recently came out that yes, it's a little bit pricey. They're selling it for $20. So
it?
what game do you like? But it's a full game. It
I've
turns
spent $20 on an app before.
This is a mobile game.
a mobile game,
Okay,
but
it's $20 mobile game.
the game has already been out on Steam for a long time
is it?
before. XCOM Enemy Unknown, which
I would buy it.
it is. It's the same exact game as it
I'd
is on
actually wait for it
PC.
in a Humble Bundle, but I would buy it.
It's
We actually just purchased the Humble Bundle literally right before we turned on the microphone.
is
Which is a
true.
great Humble Bundle, by the way.
it actually is.
Yeah, go check it out. It's Humble Bundle.
It's the Humble Weekly Bundle actually.
Oh yeah, Humble Weekly Bundle.
And it's the co-op bundle.
And the main bundle is a bunch of comics that are really great. Go check those out.
Yeah.
What I'm playing right now is I love Hero Academy.
Yes, Hero Academy is really fun.
I play with I don't know many people that play it, so I play with this one chick online. Her name's like shout out. Her name is Sportland, I believe. So we've been playing. I've lost this for 2 weeks, so I lost my last match. I'm a big Plants vs Zombies fan, so I played Plants vs.
What
Zombies
did you think
2.
about Plants vs Zombies 2 before the update? Because recently they just updated the game.
I haven't played it before the update. I played it after the update.
Okay, because before they
added a
really
new thing.
pushed, they pushed the really in-app stuff, in-app purchases, and it's like, whoa, hold on there, EA. 'cause-
I haven't bought any in stuff yet.
Good. But the problem is, before that update came out, you were literally forced into buying the stuff because you needed a certain amount of energy to get past a certain stage early in the game.
So at one point you plateaued, and just to be able to continue, you had to. See, I hate that.
I hate that too.
I'm not a fan of that at all.
No, it's horrible.
Balloons Tower Defense 5, I'm obsessed with. It's, I think, next to Gemcraft Labyrinth, which was that's Conrad opening up his cookies.
Sorry, I actually tried to put my cookies
and
underneath
I opened
the table.
my cookies before the show.
I was busy scheduling out the show while Lucas was eating cookies. All right.
Anyway, so Balloons, one of my favorite. I'm a big Tower Defense guy, and I
Okay,
love
okay.
Gemcraft Labyrinth. I love it. It's there's so much depth to it. Yeah, Lance over here, he's in the audience, says he loves it too. Balloons Tower Defense 5 is really good in depth. There's so many things to upgrade, which I think is a pinnacle thing or an important thing for a tower defense game. And then I'm playing Bridge Constructor, which is pretty awesome.
Okay, yeah, I heard about that game. Recently, that just came out by the guys who did Mage Gauntlet, a really awesome developer. They recently put out this new game, which is a roguelike, which is the Zelda-like roguelike for iOS.
That sounds awesome.
It is,
Oh,
but it's
we'll
coming
never
out for
touch it.
Android too in the next month.
That's nice.
And it's called Wayward Souls, and it's completely hardcore. If any of you are fans of Dark Souls or Demon Souls, it has that sort of difficulty to it. You have multiple classes, completely randomized levels, and stuff, and each character has their own storyline, and there's 7 characters to play through and whatnot.
Sounds awesome.
Each, like, it's crazy, and the game's only $5. And the really interesting thing is, instead of, how a lot of these developers do these thing where, people are going to buy it, as soon as it comes out for like $6, $7, $8, and then the next week they'll drop it to $1. No, what this company does is, if you buy it as it first comes out, we're never going to make it lower than $5. But as we add content to it over time, which is going to be free content, we're going to up the price on it. So it's better if you get in on it earlier.
Get on the ground
than later.
floor. That way, when it raises up,
Send me a
you're
message when
there.
it comes out.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
shall.
amazing. I
Yes.
actually want to
It's
hear
a
this
mobile
too.
game, right?
It's a mobile game, yes. And
Now, do you like playing mobile games on your phone versus your tablet? How's
I
that
like
work?
doing it on my no, I don't have an Android. I have an iPad. I really like doing it on my iPad, and I really want to get the new iOS controller, a good one that's finally coming out. Logitech is currently working on
They have great stuff.
Like Logitech.
Logitech makes some really great stuff, and finally we're gonna get a nice iOS controller where I'm just gonna be able to sit back, put my iPad on a stand, and play it, and or even if I wanted to, connect an HDMI into my iPad, hook it into my TV, and play these games right on my TV. Suck it, Oya.
I love the Ouya.
Oh my gosh.
I don't love it. It has its place for me.
Speaking of,
In your heart.
Did you hear the big news about the Ouya?
They are going to be on other platforms soon.
Not only that, but also streaming games to the Ouya.
With what?
There's going to be an OnLive-like service.
Oh, finally!
Yeah.
Technically, I have OnLive now, and it doesn't. It's buggy at best.
It is.
Because you can do your own. You can install it like an Android app. And I tested it out. It's okay.
Yeah.
When OnLive does come out, I will try to do a review on that for you guys out there in the listening audience.
I mean,
pod world.
Ouya had to do something considering the Fire TV is coming out from Amazon.
I agree.
Which, they already have some serious developer...
Ouya needs to come out with a new console to buy.
Oh, yeah, considering they already... when they released, their stuff was already outdated by over a year.
And I have to say, I agree. They needed to release on the Tiger 4, but they also need to give all the people who invested in it, the original investors, at least the high-end investors in the original
Yes.
Ouya, they need to give them Ouya 4.
I agree.
I'm sorry, not Ouya 4. Ouya 2.
Yeah.
They do. I wasn't one of those investors. I wish I was.
He's just looking out for the people who actually
Yes.
got into
I
the
was
ground
broke
floor of
when
something
they
that he
wanted to do
loves.
it, but I did
Yeah.
go out and buy it day of.
You did.
As soon as it came in, I'm like, I'm going to go buy an Ouya. I want to go see what this is. I'm going to review it. Then we never did that show.
So, and that the only real thing that the Ouya had going for it was Towerfall Ascension, which is now out on Steam and whatnot.
I disagree. There's some great stuff. There's some great stuff for it.
Exclusives?
I don't know what's exclusive. but
There's
I
not
played
much that is
there.
exclusive for
It was
the Ouya.
advertised to me there, so I bought it there.
Yeah, and that's the problem. There's nothing that you can play on Ouya that you can't just play on a better device right now that is
It's
more appropriate for
It's
that
true.
type of thing. And I think they really need to be careful about the Kindle Fire, or I think it's Kindle Fire TV.
I will look it up.
And I think that's going to really change the landscape, considering they're using the same price point. It's going to be $100, although you're going to be paying $30 extra for the controller.
If they needed to change their controller, they just didn't say, we're not going to use controllers, just go use a PlayStation controller, because the PlayStation controller is awesome. And all games, it should be standard that they work with an Xbox, because some of them don't. Some of the games on Ouya do not work with the PlayStation
Yeah,
or Xbox
that is
controller,
true.
which is sort of sucky, because those controllers are awesome.
And the Ouya controllers themselves are kind of...
They're shit.
They're not the best.
They're for shit.
Yeah.
But then again, for a $100 console, you get what you pay for. So that's why I'm really interested in looking at the Kindle Fire TV to see how their controller build is, because I think that is really going to be the make or break, along with the first-party games that they are coming out with.
What's next?
Yeah.
I have no way to segue into the next topic.
How
I was
about this?
trying to
Before
find a way to do it.
We're gonna start something, because I gotta clean out a lot of my inventory at home. I have stuff to give away.
Yes, Lucas is a very addictive personality in the sense that when something's on sale, especially when it comes to Steam, he is just all about it.
Steam sales, I agree. Like, my Steam library is over 500 games.
Somebody bigger than mine.
And-
His library.
My entire
My
library.
actual library of games is huge, but...
Yeah, and this is my Steam library. This is not
so
counting
I'm
my...
nice to meet another.
Yes, thank you. And see, the problem is...
Like unicorns.
You don't buy Steam games to play them. No.
No.
You buy them so they sit in your Steam
Absolutely.
library And so you could say, I have the bigger e-penis than you.
That's right. Well, that's pretty much
Humongous.
Yeah,
Yes,
while
exactly.
Lucas can't compare to Kroze's e-penis, he still is pretty solid, and he wants to actually do something
Thank
nice
you,
for
Kroze.
you.
So would you
Thank
just
you.
call him a solid
So
snake?
what I want to do is, if you repost this episode on your Facebook page and you have liked The Rack, which is at therackshow.com, in the next week, hopefully,
Not the Rancor.com, no.
we'll announce the winner if you let us announce your name. But if not, just message us, private message us. But we'll pick somebody and we'll figure out how to do it so it's fair. But you have to repost this episode. So as you see this episode, there's a like and something else, and then share.
Share.
This on your Facebook page.
Sharing is caring.
And you have to say how awesome it is or how bad it is. We don't care.
Yeah, just mention it, get
If
it
you
out
say,
there.
listen to these guys, they're horrible, that's okay with us. I will, and then send us a message.
Can I post Conway as my favorite person on this podcast?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Done.
So Kroze is going to share. Kroze is going to get in on
We
the
will
contest.
send
We want you in the contest
a random
too.
grab bag game out of my own personal
Oh,
library.
wow.
Out of his library of over 300?
I'm reaching now 350.
350
Wow.
I've added 50 games just in the
at
last month.
random.
And you just bought 7 more.
We
through
just
the
bought
indie
7
bundle.
more through the...
Yeah, 7 more. I will send you one of my Steam games. I'll send you the code, so you have to have Steam, obviously.
That's a pretty good deal for just
There you
liking
go.
and,
just
spreading the info.
like and share. And if you really want, you can go and subscribe on to our YouTube. but
You
there's
should
really
do
nothing
that
there.
anyway, just because.
We're gonna be
Anything that
doing
has the
videos
rack
soon.
on it, do it.
Yeah. But definitely, you have to share. That's the rules. You have to share, and you have to send us a message at the rack so we know you shared
That's right.
it.
Sharing, Conrad. Sharing.
Sharing is caring, and then we'll send you something.
And that is why Conrad just shared his
Pick
mini
one of you,
Oreos.
special people, listeners. Okay, what's next?
Like I said, I have no way to do this. I don't know if anybody out there is a really big DC fan, but DC loves their multiverse.
That's
they,
true.
They think it's great. I
They've
think it's
restarted their
great.
universe like 5
Yeah.
times over now.
And I love it. I love
Yes.
what they do with it. But they weren't the first to do the multiverse theory, and you're going to be surprised who it was.
Robert Grosseteste. I
The-
can't say his name. He's an English scholar who lived between 1175 and 1253, they said, was the first thinker of Northern Europe to try to develop unified physical laws to explain the origin and form of geocentric medieval universe of the heavens and earth.
Wow, so it came even before Stephen Hawking.
Absolutely.
Because Stephen Hawking was the real person behind the whole string theory thing and how universal physics work. Every decision can split into several different things.
Yes, this predates him by easily
Yes, this-
800 years.
So
Yeah.
what you're saying is somewhere out there in the main universe, The Rack is like the best show ever that graced itself on Earth.
If every possibility is potentially its own reality, then yes. Somewhere out there,
but-
we're a big damn deal.
But that's the thing. Who said that was even a possibility?
Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking.
That's true. That's true.
Stephen Hawking said it's a possibility.
There's an infinite number of possibilities for every decision.
So under Stephen Hawking's world,
Somewhere, we're awesome.
somewhere we're already awesome, but we're so awesome the whole world knows about the Rack Show.
Like,
Obviously, it's not this universe,
Yeah.
but somewhere
Yet.
out there.
Actually,
Yet.
I hate to tell you guys, but I'm actually from that universe. I'm sorry. I came here to prevent that to happen to you guys because I know what destruction your awesomeness creates.
So we're a threat. That's awesome.
You are a threat. Your awesomeness threatens to destroy the entire ecosystem of our world.
Isn't
and
that like
I'm here.
Metalocalypse
This
or
sounds
something
like the
that?
worst sci-fi movie made for TV ever.
So
Just
you mean
saying.
Two podcasts.
Yeah.
So you mean Days of Futures Past?
Really? Really?
Wow. I seriously
Shots
just-
fired.
Yeah, shots fired right there.
Yeah, so somewhere, this theory, potentially, if it's correct, yeah, the Rack is awesome. There's also somewhere where maybe the Rack ends the world. There's also somewhere where the Rack is happening underwater. There's also somewhere where potentially Lucas and I are women on the Rack.
And I'm feeling them up. I mean, what?
Are you still a feminist? That means, or are you a woman that's not a feminist? You're the
That-
opposite.
yeah, that would have to be it.
That's a possibility according
opposite of- what's the
according
opposite
to
of a
this guy that
feminist?
predates
You're
Stephen
a
Hawking.
stripper.
And it's
In that world, you're on the Rack and you're the stripper, and we're actually called the Rack, and we talk about sewing.
and
There's also a world where the Rack isn't called the Rack.
it's true.
Because that, I mean, every possibility. That's what we're trying to
it's
get through
actually
you
called
guys.
the Rancor in that one. I visited that one.
You're really pushing this Rancor stuff.
I am. I'm actually going to buy the Rancor.com and do the alternate universe, the Rack.
Just make
Point
it. Just,
over towards the Rack.
yeah, there you
Yes.
go. Yeah, just
and pretty much
Lucas.
make an alternate universe site that basically mimics yours, only it's completely mirrored. And, you're called Conway. and you're called
You haven't
Ness.
given him a nickname yet. There you go.
He's Ness instead of Lucas.
Nice.
Yeah, you see what I did there? Yeah. Earthbound.
But yeah, so that's what we're trying to get here is basically somebody from the 1100s, 1200 AD, something like that. When did this guy live?
A long time ago.
This
In
is
a galaxy
some,
far.
This
no.
is some
in a
incredible.
land far,
And
far
far,
away.
yes.
Europe.
This is some incredibly lofty thinking for the time period, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that this has come to light.
It also says he smokes weed.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It doesn't say that, but
Maybe,
It's-
maybe.
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But speaking about a long,
You
long
just
time
imagine
ago,
them in
guys.
1100s. Dude. You know what I think?
You're not even trying to do an accent
Yeah,
back in the
you're-
day either.
Oh, I'm
Come
sorry.
on, man.
So-
it's in England back in the day.
What's the English accent? What's it sound like?
Well, it'd be like, I can't do
See,
it. You
you
put me
can't
on
do
the
it?
No,
well, because
no.
this is your bit, not my bit.
Let's just do it like they're English.
All right, fine.
Or they're American.
They are English.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I think somewhere
What?
in the world
What?
that there's other guys just
Oh
like
my
us.
God! I'm so wait in the world.
And they're knights.
What? No, dude. It's not.
They're knights.
They're in a whole completely other world, man. It's not even somewhere here in this. Wait. What? Did I just blow your mind? Let's never do this again, folks. This is terrible.
Anyways.
Bloody
I'm
hell,
sorry.
why aren't you two guarding the queen?
You should never do that again
We
either,
would,
Kroze.
we would,
Just
we would
saying.
actually probably be shoveling shit.
Yeah, we be the shit shovelers.
We'd be like,
Speaking
but we
about-
could be knights. Somewhere out there, we could be knights.
So that's how apparently that conversation may have gone back in the day. Speaking about shoveling shit, I think that we're done. We've hit an hour. We've actually managed to talk.
Hold on. There's one important subject we did not bring up yet, and it's great because we were talking about, this happened a long, long time ago. Well, this happened a long, long time ago too, but it actually did happen in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Weekends is happening at Disney because it's May the 4th.
Okay.
And it's this weekend.
It's this weekend. Yes, we brought it up, but the fact is, Star Wars Episode 7 is now officially cast. We have an official cast.
Why do you bring that up with less than a minute of the show left?
No.
Actually, we're over right now.
Let's keep going.
What?
Let's.
All right, you're getting a
Hey,
special
look,
extended edition of the
super
Rack.
We
size.
just did a short episode, and we
Yeah.
didn't really do much last weekend.
You
We'll
can
do
call
a
me
longer
extra
here.
value Kroze here because
Extra
I'm
value
here
Kroze.
to bring some extra value into your lives.
You're like the Biggie Fry.
Exactly. I'm the Biggie Fry. Conway is the Biggie Drink,
More calories you don't need.
and you're the Big Mac.
Okay, there we go. I'm the Big Mac.
Big Mac.
So
Let's
cast?
talk about the actual
Yeah,
thing.
let's
Yeah, come
cast.
on,
So-
let's cast.
Who's cast?
I don't have the actual cast in front of me, but Andy Serkis. Hold on, Andy Serkis was just announced as a main character role. For all of you that don't know Andy Serkis, he grew to fame for being Gollum in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. He was also Caesar in the most recent Planet of the Apes movies, especially
He's gonna be
Rise.
Yoda.
He's a
isn't he?
god among motion capture.
is.
He's actually helping Mark Ruffalo with his Hulk in the next Avengers movie, as we speak.
He was Jack Black's assistant
He's gonna
in.
be C-3PO?
No, Anthony Daniels is already confirmed for being C-3PO.
Okay.
Same with Kenny Baker is going to be at R2-D2. So continues their whole thing of being in
So we still
Every
have the
single
bots.
one.
Yes, the bots
have
are
the
going to be there.
droids.
It turns out that they've got one girl there, and the internet's going all crazy that, there's only one new girl going in Star Wars. Hold on, this is just the main cast, guys. But the fact is, during this table read that they did of the script, she's sitting in between Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford. I wonder who this girl could be.
Their daughter, maybe?
Jaina Solo?
No, I was under the impression that
You know-
the extended univerous was thrown out the window.
It
Is there
was-
still going to be an Jaina Solo?
Well, hold on here, Conway.
wait a sec.
That
All the video games.
that's true. All the video games are now
thrown
out
out.
the window. But I think what they're doing is basically if they decide, okay, sure, some of the expanded universe is in, but this means this is in, this is not in, this is in, this is not in. That's too. That's too convoluted for them. Instead, what I think they're doing is they're going to say, okay, all of this is out, but we're going to pull this into the new continuity as something different. So essentially, we're getting what Marvel did a few years back when creating the Ultimate Marvel Universe.
Which
as-
I actually talked about, I think, on the last show.
Are you excited for Star Wars?
Okay, I have problems with this because J.J. Abrams and I have a very problematic relationship. I go to love J.J. Abrams shows, and they hurt me so much with their terrible writing and horribly horrible, oh god, plot twists. The zombie sees on an alias. Why was that a thing? Oh god, Abrams.
I've never watched it.
Cloverfield. Oh god, why?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Cloverfield.
I'm not a fan.
I'm the only person here who could tolerate. I thought it was okay.
So I personally am excited for.
I want to see I want to see a
my
modern,
namesake. I was
not a
named
modern,
after-
but I want
I
to see
was
a
named
Star
after the
Wars.
movie.
Yeah, you were named after. This
I was
true.
named after the first.
That's
movie.
awesome. But see, the problem is what Abrams does is he goes too much fanboy with the stuff. If you remember watching, he for Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness, he was like, you know what? Let's throw in as many fan wanks here as we can. We're even going to include the original Khan scream in. Only it's done by Spock this time. Get it? Get it? And we totally do not have Khan in this movie. You totally do. Oh wait, it's Khan. Stop it, Abrams. It's cool to have, your wink wink nudge nudge towards the old fans and whatnot, but don't make it the center of your movies. And that's,
I agree, but if you're gonna make Star Trek in an alternate universe, which is what his is, it's an alternate
yes.
Star Trek universe.
But
it's not the same one. They're a different timeline altogether, which I think.
Hey, we're getting back on the topic about that 11th, 12th century guy.
yeah.
Making different things.
Yeah. I don't know.
Now, I mean,
You're right.
When he did Super 8 with Steven Spielberg, Super 8 totally Close Encounters of the Third Kind / E.T. movie. Cloverfield, it was him wanting to do a Godzilla movie. Do something original, Abrams. And yes, someone's going to bring up, hey, but Abrams did Lost. That was kind of original, right? No, Abrams actually wasn't the guy behind Lost. Abrams was just in the room who stamped his name on it. Lost actually came from Lindoff and Carlton Hughes together. Their brains put this together, and then Abrams latched onto it in order to get it on the air. So
Abrams, just do good by us with Star Wars. That's all I gotta say.
yeah,
it's going to take a
do
wait
good
and see.
Star Wars. I want to see lightsabers. I want to see arms getting cut off.
I want to see Admiral Thrawn. I don't care.
I want to see actual scary Sith, and not just like, I don't know. I just didn't think Emperor was scary. I didn't think that Darth Maul was scary. I want to see like frightening Sith. Is what I want to see.
And it's also, I want to see a lot more progressiveness, which the main character is African American that they cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Pretty damn
It's
cool.
gonna
Not
be-
gonna lie.
Very cool. Why not? We have a president, right?
So now they can act in movies?
Yeah.
It's,
that's what it is.
okay.
Open the door.
I'm wondering if we should end it there.
I think
No,
that's...
we need to do some house cleaning. Please check out our Facebook and our events page on Facebook. It's another tab. You can also get to our videos there. In the upcoming month or so, we're going to be doing an event here with board games. Here would be our home at the Phoenix Cafe in Hazel Park. You can go and find them at Phoenix Cafe. Oh, I'm sorry, the Phoenix Cafe, HazelPark.com.
Did everybody get that? Because Lucas is terrible at this.
One more time, the Phoenix Cafe, HazelPark.com. You can also check us out at therackshow.com. That leads us to our Facebook page currently, because we're trying to get as many fans as possible on our Facebook page, because that's where we do a lot of
We're
our...
even bribing you this time with video games.
We do a lot of
Yeah.
our communication through there. You can send us a message. We'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you for all the people who have sent us messages, both from Midwest Media Expo and those who have heard us on the show. You say best show ever.
I started writing a schedule for the show, and then halfway through it, I just started dicking around.
Yeah,
so,
it says bitches come get some.
at one point, it really does say that.
Yeah, it does. I can
Coming
verify.
from the feminist.
Yeah, man.
They
In the pink shirt.
I think, hold on.
I think you're confused.
No, what's
feminists.
going on here is we're actually in an alternate universe right now.
Yeah.
I think this explains it. It explains why this show is so weird. That's why I explained Conrad is so weird today. He is actually from one of these alternate universes. I think we're experiencing...
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Are you from another universe?
M. Night Shyamalan plot twist at the very end of the show. No, I'm not. So it doesn't work at all.
It's funny because, What?
We're trying to end the show
I know,
and you
hold
keep
on.
talking.
Yo, hold on here. I gotta get in my plugs too.
Okay, go get in your
Oh,
plugs.
no, absolutely. Kroze,
Plug your
thank you
stuff.
very much for being with us
thank
here,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Obviously, very talented person.
But I was gonna say that there's a great geeky comedy band out there that has a song about alternate universes.
What's it called?
The geeky comedy band is called Random Gibberish.
Oh
and
my
guess what?
God.
I'm in it.
Where could you find Random Gibberish
You could find
on the nets?
You could find Random Gibberish on the net at www.randomgibberish.com, or you could even visit us on iTunes, where we have our brand new album out, along with John St. John, who played and recorded on it. Really awesome.
the voice of Duke Nukem.
The voice of Duke Nukem.
and many others.
And Big the Cat, don't forget. Everyone loves Big the Cat from Sonic Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Check that out, because our alternate universe song is called Breadstick Physics. You never know that this could work.
Would you like to plug Name Not Final?
Yes, I would like to plug Name Not Final, that we do every Saturday night from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. West Coast time, which is 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. East Coast time, on 91.8 The Fan, which you can find at 918thefan.com. Everything you want, nothing you don't. You could also, see me at, Midwest Media. You could see me at Yomicon, which I'm a guest at. You could see me at Geek Fan Expo.
Now, when is Yomicon?
Yomicon.
Are you trying to stump him? I
No,
feel like
because
I feel
wanna
Lucas
know.
just keeps
I
trying
think
to
it's
stump
October,
him.
right?
It's Halloween, dude. That's why it's called Yomicon. Yoma is the Japanese word for demon, and that's why it's
Is
a
that
pun.
why it's called
That's why it's called Yomicon.
Dropped a knowledge bomb on me. That
Bam!
just happened.
And that's why Yomicon's always held on Halloween or around Halloween, because of that.
Just another thing. The rack will be there. We have confirmed the rack will be there at
F5.
Yomicon.
F5. Yeah, that's
Yes.
happening.
And they'll have to put up with me.
And I'll
We
be
will.
doing a couple panels, so check them out. One's an adulty panel, so all you children who listen to us, you cannot get in. But I'm pushing for a under 18 panel talking about anti-bullying, so that will be at Yomicon, hopefully also.
And I'm gonna be there too.
He'll be signing autographs, hopefully.
I'll be doing something. I just haven't sussed
He'll
it
be
out
talking
yet.
into this microphone.
That's gonna happen.
We are looking at doing...
June.
What?
Conrad will be somewhere in June.
Oh, yes.
I will be somewhere in June. Because we're just gonna
didn't put it
we're
on
gonna
the paper.
plug everything
Let's
as much as
plug
we can.
everything.
Obviously, we're gonna
Conrad
plug this
and a
because we
mystery
talk
guest.
about this all the time. We're gonna be at Steamtopia next month, folks.
Steamtopia.
Definitely be there.
That is the- what is it?
Steamtopia.net. Thank
And
you.
when is it?
That is
June 12th through the 15th is Steamtopia is going to be happening it's technically Detroit, yeah? Technically Detroit.
And you were jumping on him for not being
And Dearborn
prepared.
Doubletree, definitely come check it out. Come hang out. Come see who I get to sit next to me because Lucas will not be here. It's going to be an amazing time.
It's gonna be awesome. It's probably our favorite convention because it was the first one that
It was. With the
It's-
very
it's-
first one we've ever done, and now we're being invited to all these conventions, and everybody's so great. And if you want us to come to a convention, let us know. TheRackShow.com. Look for us on Facebook. Look for us on YouTube. Look for us everywhere you possibly can. Do we have anything else to whore out?
I do want to say, if you guys,
My
if
body?
any of the fans want to email us, you can get in contact with us at mail@therackshow.com. So the mail at therackshow.com. Send us your likes, what you disliked about this episode, but at the end, please be sure to share this episode.
I have a question.
Shoot,
What's your
Kroze.
So
question?
since mail at therackshow.com goes to both of you, does female just go to Conrad?
No, let me make this straight. It's mail, as in the mailman, not a mailman. Was that confusing?
no.
MAIL at therackshow.com. Thanks, Kroze, for that, because otherwise we'd have some really weird emails. Who says we don't and already?
I don't even know what's happening right now.
Anyways.
Okay, anything else?
I think it's time for you to try to close the show.
Anything else? From the Peanut Gallery. Oh, by the way, shout out to Lance, who during our X-Men conversation for a solo movie showed a picture of Psylocke that would also make a great solo movie. So I didn't forget about you, sir. Just saying. And now, for Lucas, I'm not letting you talk. And for Kroze, I am Conrad on The Rack Show. We just took Geek Culture off the shelf show. Damn, mother!
We're gonna start over again.
Hold on,
I want to
hold
say
on.
thank you for everybody who came out to my birthday parties this weekend and week. It was
He
awesome.
had freaking 4 of them.
I have to.
No, you don't.
Have to do.
Nope.
It's-
He just likes to have
it's an
birthdays
event.
for himself.
It's an event.
Hold on. So since you had your try, let your spirit animal give this a shot at closing out the
What
show.
kind of animal would you be?
I'd be a dragon.
This show's
sword.
never gonna end.
Close up the
show's
show,
never gonna
Kroze.
end.
Thank you.
Well, For Lucas and for Conway and Kroze, thank you for listening to The Rack Show. We take geek culture off the shelf and
Show it to you.
show it to you. Yes, that's...
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.